Wellness Wednesday and the focus on mind, body, and soul. Today we are diving into soul contracts yet again. What they are and how they align with your life. Also, how your name plays a key role in your existence, your journey while you are here on earth. Our favorite soul contract practitioner, Gellyahnah Aakhen, here to explain to us what exactly your name means and I guess how that plays a role in who you are.
Absolutely. So this all is because of sound vibrations. Sound vibrations are extremely powerful, and this is how our entire reality gets created. So your name essentially plays into the reality of how your life is going to play out. And it's said that before a soul reincarnates, it chooses the types of experiences that it wants to have in that lifetime, and it also chooses the name.
Okay, so, I mean, my name is Marielle. Are you listening to the sound my name makes, or is it that it starts with an M? What would Marielle indicate I came to Earth to experience?
So yes, I could technically look at literally how your name is spelled, and what I'm doing is I'm converting this into ancient sound frequencies, and I'm using ancient Hebrew because Hebrew is one of the sacred languages of source energy, of the pure vibration. So once I converted, I have an understanding of what each frequency, each letter in your name represents. So for instance, the first letter of your name, M, actually tells me that you have this big, beautiful heart. It's all about unconditional love. So, you know, those whose names start with an M, depending on where they are in their journey, because sometimes we're in the beautiful aspects of ourselves, and sometimes we're working through the shadow aspects of ourselves. So the M speaks to the heart chakra, right? So if we were doing a reading, this is where I would maybe get into some more personal questions about your heart chakra, where you might be in life, things of that nature.
Okay. Anything else you can tell me? I'm open.
Well, and we've actually done a reading together. So typically what I do is, while I could look at the letters in your name, the method that I actually use, I calculate your first name, your middle name, if you have one, and your last name together, and put it around a Star of David, which is a Merkaba, it's a sacred geometry symbol. And that actually tells me the karma that you brought into this lifetime, your unique talents, goals, and ultimately, what is your soul purpose? So within a reading, I can actually go much deeper than if I'm just scanning your name.
So what about people, one, with the same name? Does that mean they're here to experience the same thing? And then also people with the same name but different spellings?
Wonderful question. So same name, different spellings matter because the spelling matters. Each letter has a different frequency. But also, somebody that has literally the same exact name, first, middle, and last, yes, they actually do have the same soul purpose. But here's the example I like to give. So let's say there's a Jane Doe Smith in New York, and there's a Jane Doe Smith in LA. Both maybe come here to work with children. We need them in different parts of the country, right? They're here for a similar theme, right? Because different souls are coming in for different, I like to call them verticals, or think of it as an office job in a sense, right? If we want to give it an analogy, but souls have different verticals that they pertain to. So if you're here to, well, actually, with the M, I can tell you a big part of what you're here to do is share your essence with the world. You're here to share your energy, your knowledge, your love, your generosity, and look at what it is that you do for a living. I mean, you're sharing your energy constantly.
Yeah, I don't know if the people want it, but they're getting it whether they want it or not. I'm talking all about mind, body, and soul, specifically soul contracts. So let's bring back our soul contract practitioner, Gellyahnah Aakhen. Gellyahnah, you get asked a lot about generational curses, whether or not they're real, what they are. Can you break them? I mean, it feels a little unfair if it's something that has nothing to do with me, but it's getting passed down, passed down. Is that how it works?
That is how it works. So let's break this down. Generational curses and vows or happened because every time that we speak, again, this all comes back to sound vibrations, we're actually creating into the physical reality. So oftentimes what happens is one of your ancestors maybe made some sort of a vow while they were in pain or in anger. And when you make a vow, when you say something out loud, especially when there's a lot of emotion behind it, that becomes a curse, a vow, a promise, and that will carry energetically. So I'll tell you a story. There was a woman who couldn't get pregnant, and she tried everything you can think of when it came to infertility treatments. She came in for an energy healing, and during that session, it was revealed that 7 generations back, one of her ancestors made a vow to never give birth to another baby boy. So all the women in her family had only had girls.
What?
And in this lifetime, yes, and so in this lifetime, a soul of a baby boy was trying to come through and couldn't because there was this vow and promise made that was still circling around her that her ancestor said, I'm never going to give birth to any more baby boys. So once the energy was realigned, she was able to get pregnant and she gave birth to a healthy baby boy.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's a lot to take in there. If you think that there might be a generational curse, I mean, what's the first thing that you do? What do you do?
Energy healing is great for that. So I was explaining this to people leading up to an energy healing session that I actually did last Sunday. And what we do with the energy healings is we realign the energy around you. So if any vow or any promise or anything like that was made that no longer needs to be in your energy, will be realigned and healed out of it. So the word you use, this break, I like to use the word healed and realigned, but it's essentially the same concept.
What about your own thoughts and beliefs? Can you just decide within you, whatever was done and said in the past, I rebuke that, I reject it, whatever word you want to use, and moving forward, I'm living my own life?
You absolutely can, and you should. I think sometimes the challenge is we're struggling with our own shadow aspects, and even though we say it, we maybe don't fully believe it.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things going on that, again, sometimes the energy work can go much deeper than you can in your conscious mind.
Interesting, very interesting. We always get a lot of phone calls, a lot of emails, people wanting to ask you questions. So we'll have to have you come back soon because we have to cut this segment short, unfortunately, but it's always great to see you. Where can people find you?
Best would be on Instagram, which is soul_contracts_practitioner. They can message me through there. I have a lot of content on there. It'd be a great place to contact me.